once again, it's your boys, No Jobbers Allowed, with another review show. And this time, we coming at you with WWE SmackDown Live for this week. And we about to do a recap of what we like and all our wrestling takes. And like always, it's your boy, Biggest, and with me like always is...
It's your guy, Irwin.
And you know what we about. You know what we gonna do. So I'm gonna let Irwin go ahead and get us started with the first segment and intro in the SmackDown Live. Let's get it.
So we start out SmackDown Live with AJ Styles in the ring. He's running down Brock Lesnar, saying last time we faced, he's going back at it. Out comes Paul Heyman to kind of hype up the segment a little more, and then to kind of to interrupt Paul Heyman, we get an unsuspecting Daniel Bryan, man. Daniel Bryan came out. And Brian is upset. Is he not upset? He's upset.
He's upset, mad. But he's
mad. I don't get it.
The storyline isn't perfect for him being upset. The storyline doesn't work with him being upset. He's upset, but he shouldn't be.
He's mad for no reason, and this ends up with AJ and Daniel Bryan brawling. All because AJ said Daniel Bryan's name in praise of how great of a competitor he was.
Daniel Bryan got Napoleon syndrome. They set up his storyline with Napoleon syndrome.
And I don't get why he feels this way, but we end up getting a fight. Shane McMahon and all the referees and backstage agents come out to break it up. How did you feel about this first segment? I just need your take on this.
Like I said, I love the Paul Heyman side. I'm a huge Paul Heyman fan. But like I said, the storyline just doesn't fit Daniel Bryan, mainly because WWE went too fast on it. They didn't even really set this up correctly because they have been making it brew between DB and AJ Styles. They've been making it brew, but the way it... Like AJ is praising you, Daniel Bryan. Why are you acting like he's disrespecting you by saying his name?
It doesn't make any sense. So this whole first segment didn't make sense to me, but in the end, we end up with a main event of Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the WWE title on the line. So I guess some good came out of it with that one.
So let's go ahead and move on from this part.
Definitely. So then next we get a random Andrade Cien Almas versus Jeff Hardy match.
I love Andrade Cien Almas because I love Zelina Vega. But even besides that, Almas be putting on some good matches because his match the previous week with Rey Mysterio was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And same thing with this, but the only thing, so they had Jeff Hardy win, obviously. But they've been having him lose to whoever the returning, mid-2000s superstar
but
is.
But it's Legends.
True.
So the fact that he losing to Legends is not the same as if he was losing to just newer people. So I think they're trying to build Almas up. He have to lose to the Legends, but by putting on these good matches with the Legends, I think they're building Almas stock.
Truth, man. And we had Jeff Hardy win this, which, again, as long as we get Almas on TV, him and Vega, they do a great job. Hopefully they have some hopes of actually pushing him, maybe even towards that United States Championship that we never see defended.
Tranquilo pose, baby.
Man.
He does that. I love that move, man. Tranquilo pose is dope because Jeff tried to throw him out the ring. He hit that Tranquilo, and then Zelina Vega hops in under the bottom rope. I love it, man.
Ooh, man, it was good. I like what I saw. And then moving on from that, the next we get a backstage segment where Paige actually confirms that Daniel Bryan is no longer on the SmackDown Survivor Series team. And Miz kind of just replaces Daniel Bryan with Jeff Hardy because he just saw him win. It makes sense. Then Miz actually tried to get Ray off the team. That didn't make sense to me. But then Paige said something like, as long as Miz beats Ray, then he's off the team, and then we get a match later for this evening. So how'd you feel about that? Again, let's talk about this backstage segment for a little bit and the way that they're kind of rushing into this. What do you think about this? I just want your take on it.
It's one of those things where I understand from a business and TV standpoint and storyline building why you had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only you had to do it this way because your storytelling wasn't as sharp as it should have been.
Right. I agree. So yeah, we're in the same boat.
The storytelling just wasn't as sharp as it should have been. Therefore, you didn't have really too many recourses. So yeah, it just is what it is. Like Miz having to fight Ray for the position or the position to get Ray off. AJ battling DB again. After 2 weeks ago, the storyline, we know why y'all had to salvage the storyline.
So yeah, I see it.
I had to figure out the best way to salvage the storylines that got messed up for various reasons. Like the storyline of DB getting the title. Yeah, you had to fix the storyline where DB was supposed to win the title at Crown Jewel, but he pulled out. So you made him job to AJ at the SmackDown before Crown Jewel. And then you give him the match or you give him the strap after. I get that. I understand it. I don't like the way we had to salvage it, but it is what it is.
It goes back to, and then this is going to connect with the next segment to me, which I could say this kind of segues into them just not being able to book some of these guys, because the next segment we had was a backstage segment, which I think is the worst, possibly of the week, man. And we've had a terrible week, man. We had a week where we saw Nia Jax punch Becky in the face, and this is worse than that. We had Shinsuke Nakamura talking about how sad he was.
Terrible promo.
Yeah, I just don't understand why they made him do this, why they don't give him a mouthpiece, why do they still have this man talking? Like, I just don't get it, and I don't understand it. I have no words, man. No words for it other than awful.
Well, I do. This was a terrible promo. Letting Shinsuke talk this much, and I like Shinsuke. I really do. But y'all let him talk too much. Yeah, I feel heartbroken. Like, he was talking way too much. What y'all should have did was let him acknowledge the disrespect by Seth. Seth said he's not even thinking about Shinsuke, and then letting Shinsuke send out an ominous message about how he was going to utterly destroy Seth at Survivor Series. And that should have had a quick 1 to 3 minute promo. This I'm heartbroken shit, ain't it, bruh? Like, they should have skipped most of that and just said, I can't believe Seth is not thinking about me. I can't believe Seth is overlooking me, so I'm going to make him pay for it because I am the United States champion of United States of Nakamura. And then they should have ended the promo right there.
Yeah, I agree, man. It was just very sad to see him say he was obsessed and how sad he was. Like, we can do better than this, man. We can do better.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it too much more because how much it made me lose faith in Shinsuke as a main roster like superstar. It just made me lose a lot of faith in that. So let's move on to the next match, our segment, bro.
Okay, so then the next match we have is Rey Mysterio versus The Miz, and this is for Rey's spot on the SmackDown Survivor Series team. And this ended with Rey Mysterio having a very good match with The Miz, and he wins and keeps his spot. The most entertaining part after that for me was when Randy Orton hit the ring. He hits The Miz with the RKO and misses Rey, and they just stare back at each other. So that's setting up something down the line for them to go back and forth and bring back 2008 like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, like I said, that was a very good match. I actually enjoyed that match. You might remember last time I said I hate seeing these 2008 matches in 2018, but this match was really good. I enjoyed it, and then Randy comes out to RKO Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio kicked him, so then he bumps into Miz and just RKO's Miz. I thought it was great ending. And like I said, it is probably setting up something down the line with Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton to give us some more nostalgia matches at another pay-per-view.
Yeah, man, it was really good. So I'm excited to see what's going on with that. The next segment we have is Paige welcomes all of the SmackDown ladies to the ring, and has Becky come out, and it is said that Becky's going to choose her replacement to face Ronda Rousey. And this was kind of sad for me, man, because we finally found out that Becky actually was not going to be able to back up all of these great promo work she's been saying by going in and fighting Ronda. And it just makes me madder and madder that Nia Jax still has a job in WWE. I know you're much nicer than I am, but oh man, I'm so mad that she hit her in the face, because we've had such good build up to this match. Like, can you think of another time that WWE has had such a good build up with such good characters in recent history? I can't.
I mean, like, it's the man.
Yeah, I'm hard pressed.
Becky Lynch is the man. You hard pressed to find another superstar that makes this particular audience care as much as Becky does, and have so much invested in the character of Becky Lynch. And it is just unfortunate that we will miss out on this at Survivor Series.
Yeah, man.
I thought it was going to be a hell of a match. But now I'm not as interested in the Survivor Series match with Charlotte. I love Charlotte. Same. I think it's going to be an amazing match, but I wanted to see Becky.
So yeah, to end this segment, Becky chooses Charlotte to go finish what she started. They shake hands and then embrace, which was kind of like full circle, considering all that they've been to in the recent history. So now we get the replacement of Charlotte Flair in for the injured Becky Lynch, which I'm not too happy about. And neither is Big Ish as well. Get better soon, the man, but keep talking all that shit on Twitter, man. I like what I see.
Oh, her tweets been on fire on Twitter,
genius.
Bro.
It's genius, man. Absolute genius.
Saying she living in Ronda's head right now. Oh, bro. Like, Ronda put out a tweet saying, oh, yeah, you broke your face, whatever. Now I ain't going to get to fight you, blase.
And she killed her.
And Becky fired back with a nuke, bro. She was like, yeah, I broke my face and I still managed to defeat your whole women's roster. You broke your face and you hid for a whole year.
Yeah.
Like, bro, your face and jaw are weak and I can't wait to attack them. Like, bro, she fired back a nuke at Ronda on Twitter.
Go follow the man on Twitter, everybody. Go follow the man.
Becky Lynch, WWE on Twitter. But what's next, bro? Because Becky, even though she's out, she's not down and out. She's still very, very much active. So I love her for that.
Next, we get the Big Show and the Bar versus the New Day for the 18th millionth time ever. Again, it was good work. I'm just not into it. Maybe you have more to say about this, but the Big Show wins it for this team after punching Kofi out of the air, which is a pretty good finish. What do you think about this match? I wasn't too thrilled with it just because we've seen it so many times, week in and week out.
Like I said, it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed the match. The work of these competitors, the reason why you see them so much is because they work together very well. The Bar and the New Day are two of the best teams to put in the ring together. If you need to sell a match, to sell sports entertainment to a crowd, the Bar and the New Day are who you want to be in the ring. They did a great job. The back and forth was entertaining. They were keeping up with the back and forth they've been having for weeks and weeks now since the bar won. And like I said, Big Show didn't do shit the whole match. At one point, he was literally standing by the apron while Sheamus was fighting Xavier and Big E, and Big Show did literally nothing but stand there at the apron.
Nothing,
He
man.
did absolutely nothing until the end of the match. It was
But that's
hilarious.
how it should be, though. That's how it should be. Like, he should
It
be
was
the
a
big dude.
6-man tag match. It wasn't no regular tag match. It was a 6-man, and he was not even standing on the apron.
To be honest,
he did nothing.
We just saw old men wrestling in the main event at Crown Jewel, and it was terrible. It was not good. It was not good wrestling.
Big Show did more than what he did.
So, do we actually want to see the Big Show? Do you actually want to see the Big Show wrestle in 2018?
I want to see him do something.
I don't.
All he did was stand there until the end of the match.
And I'm fine with that.
Climbed back up. Nah, bro.
I don't want to see the Big Show taking any bumps. I don't want to see him flipping. And realistically, nobody on the New Day should be able to take out Big Show. Maybe Big E. See, we don't need to see that in 2018, man.
Yeah, we do.
We don't need to see that in 2018. We're already seeing Jeff Hardy going over on Andrade and Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton still
That's
fighting.
A little bit closer than Big E and a Big Show.
We don't
Big
need
Show
to see.
Is too big and too slow.
Well, we see how me and Big Ish differ on this one. After this match, we get a backstage segment with the Usos hyping up
Matter
all
of fact,
the tag team.
let's be honest. The teamwork by New Day was incredible at the beginning of the match on Sheamus.
Which is why we don't want to see him in the ring. Which is why
Big Show shouldn't be with the damn bar in the first place.
Which is why we should let Cesaro and Sheamus, who are not small at all themselves.
I swear to God, Cesaro and Sheamus did not need the Big Show.
They don't.
I don't
agree with
know
you.
why the Big Show is here.
Dude, which is why I almost
just taking up space. And I love the Big Show.
Channel.
I love the Big Show. Don't get me wrong. I've been loving the Big Show since day one. I've been loving the Big Show since he was back with NWO way back in the day, even though WCW didn't know how to book him properly back then, and it took him coming to the WWE to get some good bookings.
We know how you feel about that now. He's angry. He's upset. WWE, hopefully you listen.
And y'all know I don't get upset, listeners. I don't get upset like this. I'm just saying this.
Well, let's take your mind off that, and we had
Let's go to something else.
We had a good backstage promo with the Usos hyping up everybody for their jobber match on Sunday.
And
I can't. I'm not going to disrespect the Usos and them like that. Usos are great.
It's not the Usos in the New Day.
Yeah, they're hyping them up. They all get T-shirts. They're all representing the blue brand. Then next, man, we get into a fantastic match again, which I could say is a match of the year contender for me personally, where we get Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles, man. And they had a war, man. This is a pay-per-view style match.
First match was better. The match before Crown Jewel was way better than this one. Because
we got to give this one. We got to give this one its due, though.
You do.
I'm going to. Yeah.
This one was way more predictable.
Very much so.
Way more predictable. You knew Daniel Bryan was going to win. You saw the writings on the wall. If you could read the telegraphs that WE was sending out after Daniel Bryan pulled out a Crown Jewel, you already knew Daniel Bryan was going to win the title anyway, because that's the only reason why Daniel Bryan came back after so long. Why the hell would he come back if he wasn't getting the strap? He was supposed to get the strap at Crown Jewel, but after we not going to go over what happened with Saudi Arabia, but we knew it was coming. It was more predictable. The match itself was still good.
The match was great, man. I tell all of our listeners to go watch it. It ended with, I think we got a heel turn with Daniel Bryan, man. He gave AJ the low blow, and then hit him with the knee. Took advantage of the ref being down. Pins him 1, 2, 3. We got a new WWE champion. So, yeah. Then after the match, he stomps him. He puts the boots to him. So I really feel like Daniel Bryan ending the show with that sinister, maniacal look on his face
we've got a heel champion after about a year of watching AJ Styles on his run. I'm excited to see what's up with this afterwards.
Dog, like I said, it was predictable, but the match was enjoyable because you got two of the best in-ring competitors of the last 5 to 10 years in AJ and DB. So it was great. So I can't front on the match. It was just too predictable for me. But Brock better destroy DB on Sunday. That's all there is to it. DB better not be able to. They better not over DB on Brock on Sunday.
No, man, and make sure you guys check out our upcoming Survivor Series prediction show that we're going to be having on here soon, so you can see what we think is going to go down at Survivor Series. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Podcast NJA. We will be tweeting during both NXT TakeOver and this Sunday Survivor Series. I got nothing else for the listeners, man. Ish, what you got for them?
You know what it is? Follow me at big_ish on Twitter. Follow Irwin at CLIrwin1 on Twitter. And follow Podcast NJA on Twitter. And you know what it is, baby. We out.
We out.
Listen to this music.